Nick.
Phil.
Nice. You got a LA champion sticker up there. That's very nice.
Oh, you
Yeah.
thought I'd
Well,
forget.
no, it's all old news though. I mean, it's so
Hmm.
long ago. I can't even think about it.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
can think about it
Well.
just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's been now we all know why you took a week off because you didn't want it to be fresh. Is that what it is?
Absolutely. And by the way, I went to the doctor last week for my physical.
I flew to the doctor last week, and boy, my arm's
E-
tired.
Everything was good except they did the Guido Cavallucci test.
What does that mean?
It's a blood test, and it says that I'm allergic to Olive Garden. I can't eat there
Oh,
anymore. Yeah,
what a shame.
the
Well,
Guido Cavallucci.
you don't have to eat there, but I'm still eating there on your dime.
Well, I'll give you the money. Let me
No,
just
no,
send you a
no.
check. I'll just send you a check and you can go there.
Well, I'm just gonna order for everybody then, because when you're there,
How
you're
much?
family. So I'm just gonna play. I'm gonna buy the whole place.
How much salad and soup could I possibly eat?
Unlimited. Get your money's
It
worth.
is. Yeah, think about that. You go to a restaurant where they have unlimited salad and soup.
That's a great perk, if you ask me. And just like with great perks, this show
Comes.
has a great perk. Did you know
What is
that?
that? We have a
It's
giveaway.
It's the Woo Box every week.
Is it up? You didn't post it yet, did you?
Now I did. The Woo Box is
Woo box
live.
is up. You put your name in the Woo box. Not if you're a staffer.
Don't
And
do
then
it.
we'll at the end of the show, Nick will allegedly arbitrarily pick a name,
Completely at random.
completely at random, and it's audited by Price Waterhouse. And then he'll spin the wheel. And if you're in the show, you'll have 90 seconds to let us know. And he'll spin the wheel. And if you like the prize, you say, I'll keep it. If you don't like it, you say, spin again. If you get a grip sack, we'll let you spin again. If you get another grip sack, you get one more spin because we are generous that way.
Got it. Got it. Well, let's give it a spin. What are you picking today?
I am going to pick, let's see, I'm going to pick 3-ball Arsenal.
I mean, if it lands on it, that's going to be pretty cool, but I'll take Chamois.
Okay. I'm picking 3-ball Arsenal.
If it's 3-ball Arsenal, that'd be really funny.
I would be pissed if I were a contestant. Look at that. There it goes. Come on. Oh.
Ball cup.
Ball cup. A nice ball cup. They got little ball bearings in them and everything, right?
Yeah, it makes it easy to clean your ball,
Yeah. Or spin it.
Spin it around. Do like a little work on
I
your
need
release.
to get one of them. Sometimes I work out my thumb hole at my desk, and it's tough with the regular ball cups.
Oh, man, it's so tough. How have you
brutal.
managed the last 40 years?
Isn't it amazing how you look at some of the stuff we have nowadays and you go, how did I do it so many years ago without that?
Right. Yeah, like anti-lock brakes.
Yeah, exactly. How did you not have it
mean-
automatically die because you didn't have that? You
Right,
know?
especially in the snow in the winter, all
Right.
that stuff. Like,
Yeah, all
how
you did
did
was
they
learn
manage?
you learned how to just tap.
How to drive in the snow.
Yeah, you learned how to drive in the
No,
snow.
man.
No, not
No,
now.
man.
No.
Mm-mm.
Nice. Yeah. Look, two or 3 years ago, we had a little ice storm here, and this is incredible. We had 51 car accidents.
That's crazy. And the whole town shut down, right? You
Oh,
lost
absolutely.
power and water, didn't you?
No, wait. Now you have to give it credit where credit's due. When we had water, we had no power. And when we had power, we had no water. Damn. Apparently it was the same. The guy at the wherever the headquarters is, he took the plug out and went power.
Oh,
okay.
I figured it was like it was like a lever to turn off the power, and then the switch went off to the other one, so the breaker went off for the other one.
I think it was just the guy with a big plug, and he put it in the power side, and then he take it out and put it in the water side.
I just figured it was a canceling switch. Yeah. Once you press one, it unpresses the other. Too bad. But
we actually had 2 snowstorms like a day apart. One was like 6 inches, the other was like 4 inches or something. The city was like devastated.
What do we do? Yeah.
What do we do now? I can't survive. Oh my God.
Yeah, we call that a Tuesday here.
Yeah, exactly. You do.
The crews here are so good about keeping the roads clean. It's
You
we
have
can
to
get a
be.
but yeah, we can get a blizzard and the roads are clean by the time I go to work.
Yeah, when I lived in Ohio, outside of Cleveland, they were like that.
Out of
You know, it,
Cleveland.
it would snow, and then the next day it'd be like, "Where does it snow?" Piled up on my driveway, but I know where. But at least the street was clean.
At least your driveway's buried in, but hey, that's
But the
okay.
street was clean. Yeah,
Right. Sure.
nice. So we're gonna talk about new product today.
A whole bunch of new bowling balls. You're fresh off of the
I
seminar
am.
trail.
I'm fresh for the seminar trail,
Yeah.
which was really good. I did it with Mike Dole. We did two. I did one in
Cool.
Dallas and one in Houston, and it was good. A lot of good
Houston.
stuff. Houston, and they had a lot of good stuff to talk about. The group was very engaged. The pro shops.
Any funny moments throughout the shows?
Not particularly.
Anything
Matter of
stand
fact,
out?
they commented to me that I was too subdued. You know, well, don't forget it was an election day the day
You?
before. Yeah, I was subdued. You know, Tuesday was election day, and we did the thing on Monday. So I mean on Wednesday. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's pretty
Nice.
good.
No.
I stayed awake
Right on.
Tuesday night watching the election because all I heard was it is razor thin. The election was going to be razor thin. Your vote could be the deciding vote. It'll be this whole country's future will be dependent on 30,000 votes in 7 swing states. And
Yeah, not
at
in your
like
state.
12:15, no, my state was done. 12:15, it was like, how could they miss
Done.
it by that much? You had
one of
one
those
job.
things.
You had one job. You know,
They literally
so
had one job.
they had one job.
Pollsters, all they need to do is poll, and that's all they need to
Once
do.
every 4 years, they have it's like their Super Bowl. This is the big thing. They missed by 80. Was that what it was?
They're a
80
little rusty.
electoral
They're a little
votes?
rusty. They've been out of work
Little
for 4
rusty.
years.
God, it was unbelievable.
I mean, if we did our podcast once every 4 years, it'd probably be kind of hard to get back into it.
My mic wouldn't work. I'd probably freeze up.
It would never work.
It would never work.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that we have some news today.
We got striking news, you saying?
We have some striking news.
Let's it's not playing the striking news. What the heck?
It is. It was playing.
It was? It's not playing on my end. All right, let's go.
It's the striking news. Bowling news and views from around the world with your hosts, Brunsnick and Phil Cardinelli. It's the striking news.
Striking news. So
it didn't show up on my end. That was the crazy part.
You had one job.
Something's weird.
So they're not having the PBA League anymore up in Portland, Maine.
They're not.
They're not. They're having a battle of the brands, which will replace the PBA League, and I believe it's going to be at in Thunderbolt. I think in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be not like it was where you had 5 or 8 teams or whatever they had. It's going to be a lot different. I don't have all the details. I don't think the PBA has come out with all of the ins and outs of it, but it's amazing because they did so well up there with that crowd.
Bayside
forever,
was where it was at. That's where all the
Bayside Bowl was fantastic.
Highest energy crowd.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. So now they're not going to have it there. I believe it's at Thunderbolt. What? What are you reading? I can't hear you.
Yeah, now it's showing on my end. I need to restart real quick. Go ahead and talk about the news. How about that?
And what are you going to do?
I'm going to close out of this and come back real quick because this is goofy.
All right. Yeah, so some of the news, that's one of the things that's interesting. I don't know the details of PBA and come out with all of the specifics yet, but as soon as they do, we'll have that on another striking news podcast. Also, this is pretty interesting. I started looking at the World Series of Bowling. So right before the World Series of Bowling is the Nevada Classic. which is at Coconut Grove in Reno. Starts February 25th, and it ends, I think, on March 15th. Might be off a little bit on that. But anyhow, the PBA, the World Series of Bowling, starts on the 3rd. And when I say the ends, I mean the TV show for that is on March 15th. They bowl, they end before that. But on the PBA, the World Series of Bowling starts on March 3rd and ends on March 22nd. So if you go out to Reno to bowl, you're there almost a month.
That's a long time in Reno.
It's a long time in Reno. Yeah. I mean, Reno, 45 minutes, I'm good. You know.
I used to get a car to drive from like the El Dorado to the stadium because I refused to walk those 2 blocks.
Yeah, those are pretty ratty 2 blocks. They've cleaned that up a little bit.
Have they?
That's what they said. You know, but so from you go to Nevada Grove, the Nevada Classic at Coconut Grove Lanes starts on the 25th. TV shows the 15th. World Series of Bowling starts on the 3rd and ends on the 22nd. Here's the part I can't figure out. The Masters, which I believe is at Thunder Bowl, is the practice sessions on the 22nd, I believe, or the 23rd of March. Yeah, so how do you get from Reno to Thunder Bowl the same day?
I don't know. I guess they figure, is it taped?
Guys, no, I don't think it is. I think, no, I don't know. They never are. They're always live.
I mean, if it's major, it's going to be live. But I'm just
Yeah,
saying, like,
well,
I don't know what the
bowling.
I don't know what the last show is. I don't know what the last show is.
Yeah,
so
I
they
don't
figure
know.
it's
Maybe
only going to affect 5 people, I guess. That's why they see it.
they don't need practice because they made the show.
Yeah, they got plenty of practice that day.
Yeah, they're good. They don't need practice. So
It's handicapping.
but I can't imagine. Yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah, exactly. You guys are too good, so you don't get to practice. I can't imagine being in Reno for almost 30 days to bowl.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, you should ask Bobby how it was to live there for like 5 months or whatever when he did the.
You know, yeah, but Bobby's a little different. You know, they have an apartment. You know, and then they're pretty much they go. You realize they go to basically the same place every year, basically.
Yeah, I understand.
Right? Yeah, Reno. You go to Vegas, and then you go somewhere else.
Somewhere else. That's it.
Yeah, Reno. Sometimes it's Reno, Vegas, someplace else. So, you know, Baton Rouge is going to be interesting. We hadn't figured out where we're staying yet. Have you looked into that at all since we're being at the same time?
No, way too early.
Yeah. Well, the casino's about 20 minutes away.
That's a little bit of a drive.
Yeah. I don't know how much other things that are closer that are worthwhile staying at. But anyway, that was my breaking news.
Wow. Striking news.
Striking
what a win.
news.
Good job with that.
Yeah, I did that. I have like 8 lines of notes. That was good.
Yeah, someone said the World Series finals aren't live. They're taped.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well,
yeah.
so I had most of the news.
I also heard, I saw an article that Awful Burger is making a comeback to Reno.
Oh, that was that place. It was across the street from Harrah's, right? Was it?
It was in the Nugget. It was in
downtown. Yes,
little strip casino that you walk. If you walk 10 steps, you already passed it.
Yeah,
but
I do remember that. Mm-hmm.
They're putting it somewhere else, so I don't know if it's going to be authentic or not. But Awful is coming back to Reno, so
yeah, we've been there a couple of times. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's good stuff. Open 24. Yeah. So
good deal.
Well,
today we have a lot of new balls to talk about.
Tons of them. We just got 6 new ones from all different brands. You got to talk about them all extensively.
We did. We had a lot of good conversation about it. And of course, there were a lot of complaints, as usual, about how many new balls. And people don't understand. We have 7 brands.
Yeah.
So I broke it down a little bit for the Pro Shop guys. And I said, how many people do you have that are pretty much brand specific? A lot of people are like that, right? You know,
some people. I don't know the percentages, but
but I mean, you got people. So what does the guy do if he's a track fan and he only throws track balls and you only launch 2 balls a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy that's a hammer guy gets 6 balls or 8 balls or 9 balls, and the ebonite guy only gets 4 balls. So it's really, you have to look at it as if they were individually run companies by individual ownership, what would they do?
Yeah, how many balls would they come out a
How many
year?
balls would come out a year? And I already think we don't launch enough for those other brands personally. I think that they should be treated individually as if, what do you do? The problem we run into, and people don't understand that, is that we have international customers that are exclusive to a brand. We have a track distributor, we have a radical distributor, and so on. So what does that guy do? You have to make him OEM balls, right? Private label stuff. We'll constantly make it, and his customers buy them because they like the brand. But in the United States, we have people telling us, oh, that's too many balls, not because they don't have customers. They just don't want to have to deal with having a new ball come out every so many days. And I tell them, I say, you guys have to look at it as you have to try to satisfy your customers. What do they do? And if they're not asking for them, then the brand will create less balls. But you can't just do it because you think it's too many coming out of one factory. So that was an interesting conversation, and we didn't have a good answer on how many people were brand specific, because when we merged, the pro shop was telling me at the seminar. Well, my customers, I tell them, well, it's made by the same company. It's the same ball. It's not the same balls.
No.
Each of our brands have a different perspective on where they fit in the line and what they do.
And also, the cores are designed by different people.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Covers,
so
everything.
Yeah. So, we get lumped together, and sometimes it comes back as a black eye of too many bowling balls. And then I always ask the same question every year. And I should write down who gives me the answers this way to see if they change their answer. But how many customers walk in and ask for the same ball again?
Right.
I really like that, a hitter. Let me buy another one, as opposed to, I really like that hitter. What do you got next?
Yeah, it doesn't happen. Yeah.
No.
I want something that complements it. I want something that's like it. I got a lot of games on it.
Yeah.
They don't always just say, hey, give me another one.
And I whenever they call the office and ask that, I want to replace my hitter. What should I get? Another hitter. That's usually the perfect replacement.
Thanks for calling. Have a great day.
Yeah, have a great day. Radical Bowling, can I help you? Buy another hitter. Don't chew the ice.
I can't help it.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk a little bit about some of the new balls, if we can.
Are you ready?
Where do you want to start? You want to go alphabetically? No, we're not. We're going with the H first, with Hammer, the Effect Tour. This ball got a lot of interesting comments about it. Most of the comments was about the versatility of the ball. Now, you threw these balls, unlike myself, that only get to watch them go down the lane. And what did you? Well, let's talk a little bit about the ball. 248, 036, and intermediate 12. Again, look at the 3-to-1 ratio between diff and intermediate diff. We talked about that at length last week or the week before, and especially with Steve Freshour, how that makes the ball a little more versatile. It has a longer hook window. And like I said, you can use it on more conditions by more people for a longer amount of time. What did you see when you threw that?
Ultimate versatility. I mean, this ball, I was expecting to play down and in and be good with that.
Yeah.
Normally when you get a ball that's lower flaring, they tend to struggle when you start opening up your angles because there's just not enough core strength as far as track flare to get it back through the pins. But I was actually pleasantly surprised that I can play all different parts of the lane with this ball. I put the video up last week, and a lot of great comments with just how impressive the ball looked. Yeah. So,
were you bowling in street clothes or a costume or what? I mean, was that another one of those? No, street clothes?
No, it was real.
Okay.
But
all right.
Yeah, the way they got the numbers the way they did was they took the original core from the Effect and removed the radial disc at the bottom to lower the differentials all across the board.
Right.
So
and what covers on it?
It's the Tour V3 solid.
It's not HK. Not HK.
Not HK, because
Right.
we don't put that stuff on everything.
Well,
except just about everything else.
no, but people don't understand when you to go from where we were to HK. I know I said this a lot of times, and I'll just repeat it for anybody that's new. It wasn't, here's what we have. Oh, look, I have HK. It didn't happen that way. There were 15 or 16 iterations that got us from where we were to where we are today. And now HK has become an iteration because we have HKC, the cohesion. But anyway, along the line, there were a bunch of really good resin formulas that were leading up to, but not quite at HK. And we use them because they work with certain cores to specifically give us a ball motion that we want. So it's not an inferior cover stock by no means. It's just a different variation of what we have now. And that ball, I'm assuming they tested it with other covers. Like when we get them, we test them with a couple of different covers, and then we pick the one that's best. And we don't even I don't even ask for what it is on the ball.
Yeah.
Just to give you an example how we do it. I'll get a red pin, an orange pin, a blue pin, and we go throw them.
Blind test them. Yeah, blind test them like that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So.
Yeah, and that absolutely happened with this ball.
Yep.
They tested it. I don't know the process. I don't know which covers were tested, but ultimately, this version cover was the best match.
Right.
Because this is a control ball. This is a ball that's meant to blend out patterns and be smoother. Longer hook window, easy to control, easy to tackle tougher patterns, flatter patterns.
Yep.
All that good stuff. So I'm going to put up the Woo Box link one more time before we get into the next.
Yeah, the rules on the Woo Box. Put your name in. We'll pick names at the end of the show, about 3:00. And if your name is selected, you have 90 seconds to let us know.
It's not a lot of time.
And if you are, no, it's plenty of time. It seems like hours sometimes. And then you'll get another spin if you're in the show. If you don't like the first gift, you can go like triple ball roller and go, nah, I have a bag already. Let me spin for a grip sack.
No, I don't need a bag. I got a laundry basket.
Yeah, or a chamois. I don't have a chamois, but I have. I don't need a bowling ball. I have a chamois. So
yeah, I get it. Totally get it. I get their choice. It's fine.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about anger. Let's talk about the hammer anger here.
So I saw this ball go down a lane. It's pretty interesting. It was a very, I want to say like a common type of motion that you would expect from those numbers. It was strong, but it wasn't too strong. The RG is a little higher, so it has some length and pop down lane. But it was a symmetrical ball motion. But like I said, it was strong down lane, stronger down lane, but it wasn't so strong that you said, wow, I didn't expect to see that.
Mm-hmm.
It had a good continuous symmetrical motion. The colors were really nice.
Would you call this a super symmetrical?
I would never call it that because I only know of one brand that has that right now, super symmetrical balls.
You got the market cornered on super symmetrical.
I do. Yeah, but you got to go back and look at the shape, if you would. I mean, the shape of the core.
Oh,
that means you
I
go
was
back
like,
and
I'm like, the shape is pretty round. Like the ball is pretty round.
Yeah. But you see, you got some protrusions on there, so it could be somewhat of a leading towards super symmetrical, because drilling into the protrusion is going to give you a different differential, and probably blow up an intermediate diff as well. Yeah,
it's a taller and thinner core. That's where you get the higher RG from.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it's instant length. I mean, easy length with this.
Yeah, we
ball.
saw AJ Chapman through it. He threw the ball and went down the lane pretty easily,
and
it made a nice move to the pocket.
Yeah, this is a ball like for me I would get to in later in the games. When the friction's already developed, when I have a little bit of burn to work with to my right,
right,
and I can bank off of that. Now for senior players like yourself or rev dominant players.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's not going to overreact or kind of hook too early. Something that's going to get
down I looked at it. It was good.
Yeah, with that higher RG, it really helps it kind of project.
Yep. What was the finish on that ball?
It's a compound finish, and the cover is HK22 CT reactive flip. So compound shiny ball.
Right.
Looks
and
good.
like I said, when AJ threw it, it got down the lane. It was pretty clean. It made a quick move to the pocket. It wasn't hockey stick, but it wasn't a rolly arky either. So it was pretty nice.
Yeah.
You know, probably a good benchmark ball if you're looking for a symmetrical hammer benchmark ball. That's a good choice.
Absolutely. Step up above from like vibes in the
And
series
and stuff, right? Yeah.
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 Absolutely. So filling out the line, Hammer's got a lot of good performance bowling balls, top to bottom.
Yeah.
Obviously very known for asymmetrical bowling balls in that line, with Black Widow effect, Envies, all that stuff. But now adding to some of the stronger symmetricals.
Yeah, because they would normally have the Vibe, and then, which I'm not familiar with the Vibe as much, but the Raws are more of a lower performing ball. Not lower performing, lower price point, but I think they have an 035 diff about. So this has got a little bit higher diff and a little more teeth to it. So
a little more snap.
A little more snappy.
A little more snap. All right, let's move on to an interesting ball. Interesting release here.
This one got a lot of interest in the seminars and conversations because of the story behind it. I mean, if you remember, the Troublemaker was a ball that we touted not as only a two-handed ball for two-handers, but sort of geared towards that, because of the drilling and the shape of the core and where the mass was removed by only using the fingers. This ball has some notches built into the top of the core that you can put the finger holes in and give you a different after drilling reaction by the mass being removed differently, or not, in some cases, not being removed.
Right.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, same concept as the Troublemaker with, the mass built for two-handers, and being able to either take out a chunk of the core or miss it completely based on the layouts. And there will be a pretty long instructional video on this one to kind of follow up and go over the technology and how the unholy core works here. That's what they're calling it, unholy.
Oh, is that called the unholy core?
Yeah.
But it has holes in it.
Well, not until you make it. Then it's holy.
Oh, I see.
Then it's the holy core.
It was they had a pretty good segment. I guess you don't have that for this part of in the podcast about the drillings. They had 3 options in there.
No, that'll all be covered in a future video.
Okay,
to the public soon. Yeah, we're finalizing that and getting that up here soon. So
yeah, because we covered a little bit of it and had 3 different drill patterns, and with a description on when they should use them and what type of bowl it should have it. So they got it pretty good.
Yeah, and the after number and I know what you're talking about. The after number drillings or numbers that come with it.
Right.
So you can blow that intermediate up from 010 to like 025 or something.
Yeah, it was really it was a lot. Did you say what kind of cover was on it?
I didn't, but I will. It's HK22 Cohesion Maximum Havoc, and that's finished at 502,000.
Yeah, the HK22C, the Cohesion cover, is it's another step in chemistry that it's unbelievable, because we tested it on a couple of bowling balls, and we talked about that last week when we talked about the No Doubt. Not the No Doubt. We talked about the No Doubt, but I was talking about the ball test we did where the guys threw one shot and said, "This is done," and I couldn't believe them. It was that different. The test was, it was really nuts.
And what's great about the Cohesion additive is you can either use it full pop like the effect had, or use it as a blend. Yeah,
that's exactly.
And a lot of them are blends, so the percentages are obviously proprietary, but the additive packages are all there to make the reaction different and dial it in. It's just like with anything, you add a little bit of this, take a little bit of that.
And that's exactly right. Yeah, it's just it's pretty cool when you get it, because I asked for it to be in this test, and I just asked it for the full blown portion chemistry of it, and it was perfect for the core we had. I knew I wanted something like that for this core, but now after seeing it, I can make stronger cores and use stronger cores and use less of the C, or weaker cores and use more of the C. So, it's pretty cool.
What a world. How'd you ever survive before?
We were just talking about that before we came on the air, about things that people have that you like, you take it for granted now, but how did we were talking about anti-lock braking system. How did people ever drive before without that? And
Anti-lock brakes in the snow with rear-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Good
and
luck.
we survived. Nobody died. Well, people did, but nobody really.
Yeah,
it wasn't like the end of the world. We can't drive anymore. We figured it out.
Nobody can go fast enough to
No,
hurt
you can't.
themselves.
You can't do that.
Because you got mud in the tires.
How you get mud in the tires?
I never heard of that. All right, moving on. Columbia.
The ricochet. I was here when we built that ball the first time.
Here in San Antonio?
Here at Columbia, here. 5005 West Avenue, still here. But it was really a good performing ball. It was ahead of its time, basically. We had top and bottom flip blocks. That concept came off of some of the balls I was doing for track that had the top and bottom flip blocks. We had a ball called the Stomp and had a top and bottom flip block, and it really created like a flywheel effect when it was down the lane, and it was one of the balls that we built with a higher differential. I saw this ball go down the lane. There's two new things about this ball, the HK22C, but there's a new finishing process that's being used on it.
Yeah, this ball's ultra shiny.
Yeah, and it ultra flips.
Very sideways.
Flares. Yes, and it ricochets off the spot.
Good use of words there. Wow.
What a great name.
What a great name.
Segue. What a great name. Yeah, I watched it go down the lane. I was impressed with the way it looked, the shelf appeal. It's a black ball, basically a black ball with sparkle in it.
Gold sparkle.
Gold sparkle looks really good, but it's shiny. It's not, buffed like we used to have the belly buffers, the guys that held it against the wheel.
Right.
Now this ball was mechanically polished. I mean, it's a whole process they put in the factory.
Yeah. When you get like a shiny black bowling ball that's gloss like that, it is so hard to take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Because it reflects everything that's in the room. Like it's a challenge, to try to get a good photo of a ball that's going to reflect every little bit of light,
right?
Every person in the background and everything else. So you got to be aware of your surroundings. So
yeah. Did it get? Oh, you didn't. We didn't throw it. You didn't throw it on Throwbot. I wonder if we'd be able to pick it up on Specto.
I don't know. I mean,
remember what was the ball we had? We couldn't pick it up. Remember? I forget which ball it was.
Bonus Pearl, I think.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was the Bonus Pearl.
Yeah.
But no, it read it fine for me on
it
Specto.
did.
So
okay.
I'm not sure if they put in a patch or something that with Specto to read.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. So they might have had a patch or something, because it read, when I did the Ricochet video,
right,
it read all the numbers just fine.
Yeah, I remember we were doing that video with Throwbot and we couldn't get any numbers.
Yeah, the track would track it like this, and then it'd go.
Yeah, it didn't work.
It's like, what? All right, well, the data's corrupt, so.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't use
that ball looked really good going down the lane. Again, it was a big. The flares were wide apart too. It was a big flaring ball.
Yeah, once you get those flip blocks, top and bottom, I mean.
Yeah, you get them going.
Rolls heavy. The core does a lot of work in this ball.
Yeah, and that's a good ball. I'm telling you what, people shy away from some of the other brands, not realizing that. But first of all, the cover stock technology we share across all the brands. So that one's got HK22C on it. You want a big flaring symmetrical ball with the top of the line industry leader cover stock. That's the ball.
That still hooks, even though it's polished.
And it's polished and it hooks. It gets through the front and it hooks sideways down lane.
Yeah.
So
I'm almost afraid to dull it up and try to use it as like a heavy oil ball.
You could.
I mean,
it was when we made it. It was a heavy oil ball when we made it.
Right. I'm just saying, like, what would happen if I took the shine off of that, hit it with 500, and then like 1500, 500, 2000?
Yeah.
I could just throw it as hard as I wanted, I think, because it's going to flare the whole thing, and then
that's right, it will
change direction hard. So
it will.
It looked good. It definitely didn't need any
Yeah.
surface in the video. On the
Yep.
house shot I bowl on, it
Right.
had plenty of hook.
Yeah, exactly. And it looked good. I saw it in person. It looked good going down the lane. And the ball motion was, it was like, wow, look at that.
Wow.
So,
I'm gonna post the woo box one more
again,
time.
you know the rules. Put your name in the box. Nick will allegedly randomly pick a name at about 3 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
If your name is 4 o'clock, by you, 3 by me. If your name is selected, you have 90 seconds to let us know you're watching, and we'll give you a spin. If you don't like what you get, spin again. At that point, you don't like what you get, you got it.
Yeah.
So
especially around the holidays, if you're gonna give away a gift or give a gift back, like
like grip sack.
It's not really the Christmas spirit. Why would you give that back?
Yeah. Or you got like an 8-year-old, you want to give him a present, give him the grip sack, put it under his, Santa left you this.
Yeah, here you throw it at your brother.
It's no, that's a beginning beanbag for cornhole or something. I don't know, make something up, whatever.
Yeah. It's fun playtime. You throw it against the wall.
Yeah, you throw it at your brother as he's running across the room, try to clunk him in the head.
Perfect. I think it's a great gift.
Yeah.
Hope you get a triple grip sack because then you can throw 3.
Do you want to do your I grimace top 5?
No, we got 2 more balls. We'll get through the bowling balls.
Okay.
And then
That's
we'll do
when
a
you
top
want to
5, and then we'll kind of go back and do some Q&A.
All right, you want all the glory? I got it. Go ahead.
Glory, no good.
I like
no
this
glory
ball a
ring.
lot, by the way. I saw this ball go down the lane. I liked it a lot.
Tell me more.
I watched AJ Chapman throw it, and it did all the right things. It had clean through the front. It has HK22. It was clean through the front, and it made a definitive, solid move to the pocket. It was, and it looked like the hook window was a little longer than you would expect on some balls that are usually that shiny.
Right.
Shiny ball hook stop a lot.
Yeah. It's a shiny solid too. It's like
it is a shiny solid. Yeah,
that's not something we typically do a whole lot of.
Right.
Right. But yeah, when you watch this ball go down the lane, the hook window isn't like stand up and go left. It's a slower, continuous motion all the way through, sweeping.
Right. Yep.
If you watch Tommy Jones throw this ball in like the first 10, like he had so much fun throwing this ball. He was like, this ball is so great. But
it was really good. It was.
It's like when they test these balls like months in advance, they're like, well, you can't throw it yet. It's not going to be out till November. So.
I know, that kills you, doesn't it?
It's like, oh, I got a ball this week, and I can't.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
Or they'll be like, oh, if only I had that in the bag. Okay.
Yeah. I watched AJ Chapman throw it, and he said, and I don't remember the exact balls he was talking about, but he said that he loves a GB5, I guess. And he said that, when that one's a little off for him, he wanted something to go to, and he thought this would be it. I don't remember the other ball he was talking about that was above a GB5, but the gap was a little too big for him.
Yeah,
and he
GB5,
said this like that.
GB5 makes sense because when that ball gets a little slow, you can switch to this one, stay in the same spot.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah. And you just pick right up where you left off there.
Yeah. You see, I paid attention a little.
Hey, cool. I'm glad. Did you tell him to move left and then he changed lanes?
I told him to do some things to the surface that we don't normally tell people to do, but it was pretty cool.
Nice. But yeah, like you mentioned, HK22 with the additive package, and it's GB 13.7 solid, so pretty strong, but it's shiny. So that's where the difference is there.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yep.
Yeah, and like I said, it fit right in there what he was talking about, and I watched it go down the lane. It was really good.
Yeah, it fits right in the middle, a little more angular than most, but not the most hooking.
That's
not
right.
The least hooking, just right.
Yep, just right.
Just right. And last but certainly not least, we have a new theorem in the mix.
So this core, by the way, was my core from the Triton Elite.
You invented that?
I did. I invented. Look, I have a shirt on. It says it. So this core, this is like a foolproof core. You can't go wrong with this core. They modified it to make it an asymmetrical ball. And it's got 017, which is not really a strong, but not a weak intermediate diff. This ball rolled really good when I watched it go down the lane. and this is a hybrid.
This is a
No,
pearl.
wait, this is a pearl.
The original
The theorem was a hybrid, right? So this was a little cleaner and a little sharper. What I liked about it was it made a quick move, but it didn't roll forward. So that was really cool about it. It wasn't like a big monster hooking ball. You know what I mean? It was sort of like in between a symmetrical and an asymmetrical, strong asymmetrical. So it had that clean through the front, and it made a bold move.
Yeah, it's not,
and it looks good. It looks good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bridge the gap to like the really strong bowling balls out there, like Criterion and the Track line.
Right.
You know, the thing is with the theorem is like they didn't design a ball to try to reinvent the wheel as far as performance in the theorem line. Like theorem was perfection. That was one of the best selling bowling balls in track for the last year.
Right, it was.
They wanted to make something that was in the same range, but just a little bit more on the back end, not changing things dramatically. So
and it was good. It looked good going down the lane. And you know, AJ was throwing that and the big time going from one to the other. So it was sort of, you could see the difference in the motion, but it wasn't so far apart that he couldn't go from ball to ball. So it's pretty
funny
cool.
You mentioned Stomp earlier for track, because I actually had it Stomp Pearl, the green.
That was
one,
a good
I think
ball.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
It was a good ball. It sent a lot of messengers. I got pins flying everywhere.
I liked it a lot. I meant to go back and look at that. I have the drawings in my bottom drawer here, so I had to go back and take a look at it.
That was hard for you to say. Drawings in the drawer.
Drawings in the drawer. They're two different things. Drawings and drawer.
Drawings and drawers.
Drawer.
Drawings and drawers.
Drawer. Anyway, what do you got?
What do you think? What do I got? What do you mean? What do I got?
Yeah, you got your top 5 now, don't you?
I got a top 5 for us all.
All right, I'm ready.
This is 2 weeks coming because you're gonna miss a week and say you're.
I'm gonna go. I gotta go out to the car while you're doing the top 5.
It's fine. Do what you got to do. It's fine.
I'll come back.
But this is the top 5 greatest things since the Dodgers won the World Series.
All right.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
Is everybody in the chat? Is everybody in the chat ready?
I'm ready.
This is gonna be the best top 5 that has ever been. So I want to backstory a little bit that Phil nonstop talked that the Yankees were going to win the World Series. Just nonstop. Just, the Dodgers are going to lose, blah, 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 blah. I can't believe the Dodgers do this, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. You said all that. Here we go. Top 5 greatest things. Number 5, Yankees fans holding up signs at Yankee Stadium.
I like that already.
Freddie, please stop. Enough already, Freddie.
That was pretty cool. Because Yankee fans are, they're genuine. They have
well spoken too.
Ingenuity.
Yeah, tell me more.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, number 4.
And they're loyal fans. Go ahead.
Look at them all miserable.
And you got your numbers right. Go ahead.
4. Aaron Judge has been accused of PED use. You know, Yankee fans nationwide seen evidence in World Series stats of performance eliminating drugs. I think that's a headline.
I like that. That's pretty funny, by the way.
And also, Yankees center fielder Aaron Judge will be at Times Square this New Year's Eve, just so he can drop the ball. Lovely.
So glad this is going to be over in 3 more.
Yeah. Number 3, Spirit Halloween has already moved into Yankee Stadium. I mean, they're not using their stadium for much, so why not lease out the space? I love it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Number 2. Oh, speaking of great Yankee fans. Oh,
what was wrong with that?
Oh, nothing. Look what he's trying to grab.
Trying to grab the World Series trophy.
Didn't win. Didn't get it. Sorry.
Hey, the rule is the ball is over that line. It belongs to the fans. I don't care whose glove it's in.
Okay, but once they catch it, you have to let them go.
Well, you can let them. Why didn't he let go of the ball?
Anyway,
I would have took the glove. Hey, at least they didn't knife him. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
And the number 1
there we go.
Greatest thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry. 1A is Olive Garden. You're going to be taking me to Olive Garden yet again. You're going to come here in December, so I'm looking forward to a smorgasbord.
I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm
So-
hoping Olive Garden goes out of business before I get there.
I don't know. Last time I looked at Darden Group stock, it was doing really, really well.
Can't
So-
believe it.
But yeah, that's 1A. We're not done yet. 1B,
Yeah.
the new MLB logo. Because
Oh my God.
I know that's your favorite picture of all time.
Absolutely. Look at that. How did you get that? That's pretty cool. That was posted somewhere, wasn't it?
Of course it was.
Oh
Who's
my
ready
God.
for a 1C?
How many ones can you have? What is this now?
Rock beats scissors. Scissors beats paper. Paper beats rock, but nothing beats watching the Yankees lose.
Yeah, there you go.
And then if anybody gets sent a Garrett Cole picture and you're going on a date, just know that you're not getting to first base.
That's funny. You did a good job on these. Is that all? There was a 1D?
But wait, there's more. 1D.
No, really?
Oh no, Colodro.
Yeah, okay,
not
C.
Colodro. Oh,
Cologino, not Colodro.
whatever.
Cologino.
You don't even know how to say it.
I just said it. Cologino.
C.
Yeah.
All right. 1E.
No. Oh my God.
Look at that beautiful, beautiful
Yeah,
trophy
whatever.
at Dodger
Yeah.
Stadium.
Mm.
That's all.
Is that 12 or 11? How many?
I don't know how many slides. That was 9, I believe.
No, I meant how many times have they won the World Series?
8.
7, 8?
8.
Oh, I see.
Mhm.
It's
Wonderful.
unfortunate that the Yankees didn't win. I'll tell you why. I had it all planned.
Tell me.
You know my 27 T-shirt?
No.
I have it. Yes, you do. 27 titles. It's the Yankees logo. I was going to take tape and make the 7 into an 8.
Wow. Very
Ingenuity.
ingenious.
Well, yeah. So anyhow, that was good. That was clever. You did good, Nick. I'm glad
Thank
it's
you.
over.
It's over for the Yankees. Gleyber Torres already wiped his social media because the Yankees probably told him, "Adios."
Galabra?
They're not. Yeah, they're not going to sign Juan Soto either because why would he want to sign there?
No, you're right. They're probably just going to go out of business.
Yeah,
Yankees
gonna
are
be
out
a-
of business.
he's going to be a Met. Mark my word.
Wow, that would be bad.
Yeah, your bet would change, wouldn't it?
Well, no, because they'll end up with Pete Alonso for the Yankees. They can't afford both of them,
Gosh.
so they need
Terrible.
Alonso. They need a first baseman. And Rizzo's a free agent.
Yeah, maybe find someone that can
Huh.
run a little faster to first since their pitcher, their ace, can't even cover first. That'd be great.
You don't like the polar bear?
I don't know what that
No.
means.
Pete Alonso's the polar bear. You don't know that? That's his nickname.
That's really his nickname.
I swear to God, I didn't make that up.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
he might become my favorite second favorite Yankee, behind
Yeah.
Mickey Mantle.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Why do you care about Why do you care about Mickey Mantle?
Mickey? Yeah, he didn't pay you for all your rent.
didn't
What?
pay rent.
Well, have we have any questions?
Yeah, we got some. Let me scroll through them a little bit.
All right.
Let's see what we got here. Here we go. Phil, sometimes you can run through the 7 brands in your opinion of where they fit and what they do. Sometime. Well, we did that through the whole show. I believe we did. You know, obviously, Phil's not going to know where they all fit in every single brand because he is all
I really
radical.
don't. Well, and it's not even that. It's that for me to make an educated opinion on this, I wouldn't just make it up. I mean, I have to go see it, physically see it. There's no way I would absolutely know. I rely on Nick more times than not on what he sees for the other balls because he throws them. You know, I happen to be at the seminar and watch them go down the lane. You know, some I would know about. I mean, obviously, there's cores that I've developed over the years that maybe are close to or used similar to. But you know, if it comes to the Radical brand, I know where it fits, but I don't know where it all fits when compared to the big picture. You know, we know how hooking his ball is the max bias or the zigzag solid or whatever, you know, it is. You know, I can't tell you how it fits relative to the other brands. You know, I saw Bowler's Journal this week had, I think the zigzag solid was the biggest hooking ball again. I think it was. I don't even know where it is. But anyhow, I can't. When we put the big map up with all the brands, we don't show it to a lot of people because it's so crowded. There's a lot of overlapping.
Yeah, it doesn't show well on paper,
No,
So,
right.
All right. So, Nick, what's the difference, or how much difference would I see between my one reverb and No Doubt? Really want my first radical ball. Are they too similar? No. So, one reverb is a very strong asymmetric ball. You know, differentials are very high, intermediates very high. No Doubt symmetric. You know, it's super symmetric, so it's a good step down when the one reverb might be a little too strong, a little too early, and you need something to give you a little bit longer hook window and be able to stay in the same spot. So
I can give you an opinion on that a little bit. The reverb has similar numbers to the radical conspiracy. Intermediate diff, total diff, they're similar. Yeah, the covers are different. So if I was comparing the No Doubt to the radical conspiracy, they're far apart. You know, so I can tell you that much. And it's a different hook window, and the hook's in a different spot.
Yeah, Easter wants to know, of all the bowling balls given away on the podcast, what's the number one ball given away? They're actually pretty spread out. So, you know, when someone wins a new ball, they usually pick one of the newest ones.
Right.
So there's not one that kind of stands out. Usually when we give away a bowling ball, you know, we give them a choice of whatever radical ball they want.
Right.
And it's usually the newest one. So sometimes it
spreads out.
Yeah, they'll pick the mid-range ball. Sometimes they need an ASIM. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just whatever they want. They get it. So, and that's what somebody else might get today if they get a new ball on the prize wheel.
That's right. Pick a new ball.
Pick a new ball.
Pick a new one.
Pick a new ball. All right, let's see what else we got here. Are you going through questions too?
I'm just looking. Somebody asked, "What is your favorite plastic ball?" Nick.
Oh, that's got to be Scotty.
It is Scotty.
Of course, Scotty, my band. Rafa, I got the Effect, Ocean Vibe, Black Pearl 78. I think the Effect Tour may be the perfect addition. I tend to agree there. So you want a strong, you got your strong ASIM up top. You need a control ASIM, and then you got your urethane ball, and then a nice symmetrical ball to go with it. That's a nice 4-ball bag right there. So, yeah, just make sure you pick up your spares. If, you know, Black Pearl is your spare ball, all good. But that sounds pretty good to me. Bill says, get Rudy on the show again. Talk about his
we're going to do that. Rudy's out in Vegas right now.
Bowling?
He bowled a regional last week, and he finished in the top, whatever. He made the first cut. And then he had one, then he made the finals, and then he made the finals again. So he's bowling good. And then he's got the Ron Moore tournament, which runs like a whole week, right? I think.
I think they're camped out there right now. I saw a couple pictures, and they got the whole squad room full up.
Yeah. So when he gets back, we will. Yeah, we talked to him about it.
I'm going to post the Woo Box link one last time.
Yeah, you got about 8 minutes.
Not even that. You got
7.
6 minutes. 5-6 minutes. You better just get in now. We got 298 entries, 314 people total watching the show. So that must mean we have about 16 staffers on the call.
Right.
I would hope. No.
How many people are in? How many people?
312 right now. Pesci voice. How many levels of HK did you go through? Well, technically, I guess 22, right?
Yeah, right.
Just like WD-40, you know?
Yeah. How many were there? Right. So you said there's 312 in the Woo Box already?
298.
Oh, 298. Okay.
Yeah. 298. Yeah. They went through the face and left the 610. Elijah, how does the Hammer Effect Tour compare to the Obsession Tour? So they're going to be in the same range. So the bowling balls are designed with a similar intent. You know, Obsession Tour, we're going back to 4 years now, something like that. It's been a little while. 4 years, 3 years. I don't know. It's been a while. Similar motions. I mean, the numbers are going to be comparable. Just different versions of the Tour V cover stocks. And so, you know, if you throw them side by side, I don't know that you'd see much difference, but the core shapes do matter, and they do play into the different effect you're going to see down the lane. Let's see what else we got here. What do you got? You got anything over there, Phil? You never have.
I'm looking. I mean, I never have. I got them. Sometimes I pick out the good ones, unlike you.
Leslie, do the recommended radical drillings always keep the 1-to-3 ratio for intermediate to diff?
No. No, the radical drill. Well, the drilling, he asked about the drillings. No, the diff, the intermediate diff to the total diff is something we're working on now. I think we started it with the zigzag, and we realized what a good core design that was for versatility and the range of styles that it works for, because it doesn't, with the core shape that we're using with that diff ratio between the intermediate and total diff, we figured out that we have a way of blowing up the intermediate diff more so than the total diff when we drill into the ball. When you blow up an intermediate diff and a total diff, the ball wants to tend to roll forward at the end of the pattern. What Steve has come up with some shapes with that diff ratio that allows us to blow up the intermediate diff, which gives you ball motion, but doesn't roll forward because the total diff's not going through the roof. That's my professional opinion.
Good answer. That was well thought out.
And lucid, well thought out answer.
Let's see what we got. Don says, Parker said the exact same thing about the real time at the seminar. Super clean.
All great lefties think alike.
Right. You guys are so comparable in your professional careers.
We are.
When people think about it, they'll say Earl, Parker,
and Phil. Ian's in. He saw you lady who's at the NBA fundraiser.
Eric wants to know, what ball would you recommend for a one-hand, no-thumb lefty with slower speed that has success with the conspiracy scheme being smooth down?
Scheme. So he wants a one-handed, no-thumb lefty, slower speed, had success with the conspiracy.
I know.
You do?
Rattler knew. That's my pick.
It's a good pick for you. Okay, that's available. I think he might do well with a hitter.
Could.
Maybe.
Yeah, you tell me.
Maybe, but you're probably right. I think a Rattler big bite.
I mean,
would you say an NU? You saying NU? Yeah, NU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying NU.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. You know,
he's gonna keep the conspiracy, I would hope. So
yeah,
he'd have a 1-2.
Yeah. What people don't understand was the conspiracy scheme. We were trying to create a somewhat urethane motion with that cover stock. So it sort of led us down the path of the not urethane resins. But yeah, that would be a good selection. Good choice, Nick. Good.
Is that a compliment? Can we mark the time and date right now? It is 3:58 Eastern.
Eastern time.
On 11/13/2024.
2024. Nick got a compliment from Phil.
Nick got a compliment on Phil. It wasn't contrived. It was genuine.
Yeah, genuine compliment.
Yeah, just like in Ocean's 13, where they have that big computer thing that can tell people if they're lying or cheating on the gambling.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Don really wants us to do the dinner from Olive Garden. So that was part of the deal.
No, that was not part of the deal. That was not. You added that on. That had nothing to do with the bet.
Do not crawfish on the bet. So we're gonna live stream a podcast. We're gonna set it up. I will set up our mics, and we're gonna do our podcast from Olive Garden. I think that's a great idea. I think
I'm not doing a podcast from Olive Garden.
Why?
Because it lends credibility to Olive Garden.
It's just credible as it gets.
No, it is not.
That is so authentic. I don't know what your problem is. Someone said Yankees are going to be the Olive Garden of baseball. Yeah, that's great. Freddie Freeman tested positive for HK22C. Yep. That's really funny.
It was. So they won. I gave you the credits. That your team won.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
Let's see what we got here. Nolan's got a question. Can you determine a ball motion? I think he corrected himself. Ball motion based on rotation angle. That sounds like a Steve question to me. Maybe if Steve watches this, you can jot down
angle.
Yeah. So based on your track, I'm
Determine
guessing.
ball
All that
shape
stuff.
based on, I'm not sure of the question. Why would you pick a question that you can't answer? You don't even know what the question means.
So that we can jot it down for Steve because he watches these.
I would have answered the guy and said, "Hey, I don't understand the question. What do you can you give me a different version of it?" And then we would have tried to figure out what he was trying to do.
Well, you just did it. We're live, so you just did it. So
yeah,
awesome.
I'm not sure what he's talking about. Is he talking about the rotation off your hand? I don't know.
Tim wants to know, Phil, would you ever consider rebuilding the slant with HK22?
I got to look at that because I don't know if we do not have those cores. That was not I built that at the 900 Global plant. I have to go back and look at the core itself, but I don't know how far off we are and what we're building now and if it's doable. I'd like to go back and relook at the Times Up core. I like that one a lot.
Got it.
So
Joey has an Envy Tour Pearl. What radical ball would be closest to this ball? So Envy Tour Pearl is low diff, like 030s. Intermediate is like 012, 013, somewhere in there. So low. Is there I don't think there's a radical ball.
No, I don't have anything that low. It's an asymmetrical ball with an 030 total diff.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. No, we don't have that.
Nope. Get that ball.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Go get an Envy Tour Pearl.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick. Been thinking about switching a two-hand. Was curious what your guys' advice would be about what ball to get. I bowled for 10 years and I have good mechanics two-handed. I would start with a symmetrical ball. And, you're going to have to feel out where your track's going to be after you get it. You might be inverted. You might be whatever, but try to get a ball that is going to give you a good feel for how you're going to track as a two-hander. Without that thumb hole, things are going to change quite a bit for you on your track. So
not a troublemaker.
I mean, that would be kind of an easy one to do, but
yeah,
without knowing all your PAP ahead of time, it's kind of hard to get the full, performance out of that ball without knowing all that first.
Yep.
So that would be a ball you can go to and get later, but I would just stick with like a mid-range. You can get a Rattler Big Bite, something like that.
Yeah,
just probably. To get started.
Just 035, and it's not a the core is not going to blow up anyway, or out of whack by the way you drill it. So that'd be a great ball to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main thing is, for most people that go to two-handed, their ball speed comes way down, so they become rev dominant. So that's why I shy away of saying, "Hey, get an ASIM ball" or anything like that. So start with an entry, mid-range, symmetrical ball. See where you're at. Go from there. So what else you got here? I'm gonna find you a question, then I'm gonna pick a winner. Sound good?
All right.
Sounds good.
You could look.
Here we go. This one's perfect for you. Will Radical ever make a ball with an RG of 2.6 plus?
It's hard to get that number. I don't even know if we can make a core 2.6. I think 2.58 is as high as we can go right now. I think. I don't even know if we can do that. I think a pancake weight block is probably the closest you'll get to 2.6. And not have. Go ahead.
Thick shell purple hammer is pretty high. I think that's above 2.6, but that's a very specific core. You wouldn't be able to get much differential out of it.
I was going to say that next was that if you get an RG that high, I'm not sure you can build any diff into it. I think the purple hammer is like close to that, but it's 15. Isn't the total diff 15?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the most you're going to be able to get out of it. Then you'd be making a ball that would rely totally on surface, ball, cover stock, and the surface you put on it to get the ball to have any type of motion down lane. So that's probably not a reasonable request for a ball to have any performance built into it.
What a heartbreaker.
It's the best I got.
Here's a question. I don't get it, but we'll just put it up there anyway. Where do we rate on podcast charts? What's our ranking up to after we missed a week?
No, that dropped us down to like 8.
we worked so hard to get in the top 5. I don't even know who we're up against. That's the problem. Like, but we just keep getting beaten in these polls.
Yeah. Well, because we get beaten because miss a week here, miss a week there. Nick was gone.
I was gone 1 week. I wasn't even gone that week. What are you talking about? I left on Thursday.
Oh.
Don't even put this on me. Now you're talking about, hey, I'm not going to be here Thanksgiving week because
let's talk about that real quick because that's a tough week. I'm traveling Wednesday. Can we do the podcast on Tuesday? We might have a good audience on Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Some people could be out shopping on Thanksgiving on Wednesday for food.
We'll let the chat decide if they want us on that week or if they want a week off. What is that, in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. 2, 3, 2?
2, I think.
2.
So, yeah. Do we want the show on a Tuesday, week of Thanksgiving, or should we just take the week off?
26th.
Or does Phil need a vacation?
No, I don't need a vacation. I just need to know if we're going to do one or not. I have to plan.
You got a plan?
Busy schedule. I got to put it on my calendar. Got a lot of stuff going on.
Are you? Are you that busy? Yeah. I don't think
I
you're
am.
that busy.
I am that busy.
What are you doing? What are you doing after the show?
After this show, I have some emails to do.
That's not very busy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go work on some spreadsheets.
I have to do that. I have forecasting to do for next year.
Yeah, you got to do expense reports too.
I do. I haven't even thought about doing that yet for my trip.
Stephen Kern, Olive Garden Podcast. Give the people what they want, Phil.
No, Stephen.
Go back to work.
Go back to work. Go sell something. Shut up. Stay out of it.
Don't tell him that. Come on.
Stay out of it. Don't encourage him.
There we go. Eric wants to know, he's got a Bigfoot hybrid on the way. Should I set it up just like his conspiracy hybrid? Would you drill it the same?
No. What I would do, if you like your conspiracy hybrid a lot and you want something to match up with that, I would drill the thumb hole 6 3/4 inches from the pin through the CG and put the pin in the same spot that the conspiracy's in. How's that?
Great answer.
Yeah.
Elip, did I hear you're doing a podcast live from Olive Garden? Everyone's invited. Breadsticks on Phil.
No, you did not hear that. You heard rumblings. None of that has been approved by the management.
Olive Garden salad and breadsticks and wine selection rivals any fancy Italian joint I've been to, and for half the money. That's right. What a value.
Wine selections at Olive Garden?
Yeah. With the Zippola.
Zapala, not Zip. Zappalas.
Whatever.
It's fried dough.
There's no accent. There's no accent. Adrian, would the Hammer Anger be a dry lane ball? I would say no.
No, it's pretty aggressive.
It's pretty aggressive. It's a ball you go to when your asymmetric balls start to be a little bit too much.
Right. It's a step down, not a step up ball.
Yeah, it's not a dry lane ball. If you need a dry lane ball, look at raw hammers.
Right.
In that range. You know, so when you're dealing with a ball, it's got 049 diff, you're typically not dealing with a dry lane ball.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's see what else we got here. Take a couple more. We're almost caught up, believe it or not.
Good. Yeah.
Let's see here. Purple Reactive. Adrian wants to know, Purple Reactive, are we coming out with something similar? So Purple Hammer Reactive, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. So when we do launch something, if we do, just act surprised like I will. How about that? Yeah, I can't speak of anything future developing. I mean, it was a popular ball for a long time. Does everybody need another one? I don't know, but give it time. We'll see if there's another one on the way.
I just want to touch on something real quick. And we had this at the seminar, a topic of discontinued balls. Okay, so people see a ball as discontinued, and then they go into panic mode about it. Discontinued does not mean it's gone. It just means we're not making anymore. that doesn't mean there's no inventory. It doesn't mean that the distributors don't have it. It doesn't mean that the pipeline's not full. What it means is that we send out a note to the distributor saying this ball is going to be discontinued, meaning that whatever we have in stock is all that will be available. Now, that doesn't mean there's none. It just means that we are not going to build any additional ones to put in the warehouse. So if you like a certain ball and you go, oh no, that ball is discontinued, it doesn't mean it's not available. You can go out and get it, and it's sort of a heads up to the distributors that coming soon, there will be no more available eventually. And that if you want to reduce your inventory, it's on you,
right.
But we're not building anymore. And if you place an order for, 2 13s and a 14-pounder, it may be discontinued.
Yeah.
Maybe not available. We may be out of stock on that.
Right.
And you might be back ordered forever.
Ever. Dave wants to know, how many team bowlers do you have on your team at the House of Pain? So it's 5-man teams and 6 lanes. So we have 30 bowlers, and that's it. Very easy math. I can't tell you what, though. The House of Pain, those end pairs are really tough, Like the high end, between the high end and the low end, it's really different. It's hot. It's just night and day. It really is, when you...
I think I bowled there twice, and I bowled on 1 and 2 both times.
It's just the luck of the draw.
Yeah, well, it can't be that far off.
Or the number one bowling podcast with Olive Garden reviews.
Olive Garden has a disclaimer that you're not allowed to do videos at Olive Garden. It's on their menu.
It's actually not. They actually welcome it because when you're there, your family. That's what they say. See, people are asking for it. So look, Dave, how about a live podcast at Olive Garden? Yes.
How about no? Where is it?
Captain Scrooge over here. Gosh, no wonder why we can't get to top the number 1 podcast on Wednesdays.
No. N-O, no.
And it looks like an overall consensus that we will go live on Tuesday, the week of Thanksgiving. Way to go.
Good. Now I know the plan. I will put it in my calendar so I don't book anything Tuesday afternoon.
You got to come up with the top 5 that week.
Top 5 things you have at Thanksgiving dinner.
Top 5 favorite sides. We probably already did that last year. I don't know. Maybe we
I don't
did.
know if we did. Top 5 things you serve at Thanksgiving.
Goodness.
What was that thing you were going to make? The Polish, whatever, Russian meal?
What?
What was it called? That Russian? I always tease you about making it.
Kapusta.
That's it. Should make that for Thanksgiving. What is that? It was the Indians invented this in Russia.
Yeah.
The Russian
it's boiled cabbage. Yep. All right.
Oh my God.
Are we ready? Are we ready to end the show?
I think we are. I think people are getting bored of us. How many people will we have watching today?
340 right now.
340. That's all right. It's a good solid number.
It is.
Let me get my I have 6 text messages since we started the show.
It's probably people making fun of you about the Dodgers and Yankees.
No, it's really not. It's really not. People say, why do I put up with this? Hold on. Alarm clock. Stop. Stopwatch. Excuse me. All right.
Who's ready for a win today? Anybody?
I'm rooting for the three ball Arsenal.
You are? So I do that every week.
I know you do. Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ready?
All right. We ready? You
Who's
got
the
90
winner?
seconds. The winner this week
Is
John St. Andrea.
I like that. Nice name. John St. Andrea.
John,
Ready?
you got 90
John, you're
seconds.
going. The clock is ticking.
Where are you at, John? You got 90
Dun,
seconds to
dun,
check in.
dun,
If you want a
dun,
second
dun,
spin,
Dun, dun,
let us know you're
dun,
here.
dun. I'll take swords for 400, Trebek.
John.
I'll take Letitz now for 500.
John. 90 seconds.
Oh, we have
John.
60 seconds left, John.
Where
Where are you? Well,
can
I'm going
be
to start
upset.
shortening this window.
Who
from
can
now
be
on.
upset when a saint is getting rewarded? Absolutely. We're happy to give away anything these days.
Look that up, Saint Andrea. See who that really is. The Saint Andrea.
John.
You have
R.
45 seconds, John. You're not in.
John.
You're not here. Just admit it, John.
John. Oh,
You-
he is here. He just
John's
checked
here?
in. He showed
All right.
you. It's hard to like catch up, but there he is. Bam.
All
All right,
right.
John. You know the rules.
One
we're gonna
spin.
We're gonna
And then if
spin
you don't
this.
like it, we'll let you spin again.
That's how it works. So I'm gonna give this a medium strong spin today because I'm feeling medium strong, and you're gonna have a decision to make when it lands on whatever it does. I hope it lands on 3-ball Arsenal so that Phil can be Nostradamus for a day
Yeah.
and actually pick something right, because when it comes to football pools, he hasn't picked anything right all year.
This week I'll pick.
My goodness.
Oh,
All
wait,
right,
there's
here
no
we go.
There's no pool this week, is there?
I don't know. Probably not. There's nobody here.
Right.
So, all right, here we go.
Here we go.
Good luck.
Good luck, John.
Oh, that was actually more than a medium strong. That was,
That was
like
strong,
extra
strong, extra strong. Look at
Come
this.
on,
3-ball Arsenal.
3-ball
There it
Arsenal.
is.
Here it comes. Here it
There
comes.
it
Here it
is.
comes. Oh, it's
Here comes. Here
oh,
comes. Oh,
backpack,
John.
backpack.
Ah, I
came
thought
up
we
short.
had it.
All right, John, you got to let us know. Do you want to keep
Man.
the radical backpack, or
Or do you want to go for something behind door number 2,
do you want to trade
which
it
could
in?
be a grip sack
What do you say,
Or-
John?
or a 3-ball Arsenal? This
Is he
a
going to spin
loom.
again? Backpack. I mean, that's a good gift. It's right there where it's nice, but you
It's a
could
good
get a
backpack.
chamois. Could get a grip sack. I don't know.
Could get a ball cup. Could get
You want-
some the Magic.
He
The
wants to
plant
spin
based
again.
ball cleaner.
Man, he wants to spin
He's
again.
going for it again.
Nobody wants a
John.
backpack. Like it's like
man.
they don't
I
realize
don't even
the
have a
utility.
backpack.
You can put your laptop in it. You can put your shoes in it. You can put your accessories in it. All right.
Yeah, whatever.
He wants a
Backpack.
grip sack, so
All right, John. Good luck.
enjoy your grip sack. Here it comes.
Enjoy your grip sack.
There we go. Big spin.
All I want for Christmas is a grip sack. Grip sack.
Come on. I've never seen a 3-ball Arsenal in the second
on.
try.
Shimmy.
Oh. Oh, it landed on
Oh.
backpack. It tried so hard to get there.
Does
but
anybody think the wheel is rigged?
everybody thinks the reel is rigged. So
How
It is-
ironic is that?
it is a fate that you are getting the grip sack.
It's so
Not grip-
close to the
I'm
3-ball
sorry.
Arsenal, you can taste it.
Backpack. If I only gave it just a little extra at the end there, it would have cleared that last peg
And then locked in.
and locked in, but it just
Yeah.
rebounded off of it. Well,
Well, John, it was destined for you to have a backpack.
unfortunately, there's no rule on triple backpacks. So
100% of the time that we spun for you, you have backpack.
backpack it is. So I will get in
it.
contact with you, John, after the show with the
Yep.
email you provided and get your information to get this radical backpack out to you. So congratulations.
Congratulations. And next week we will be back on Wednesday as normal.
It is Wednesday as normal.
Well, that's right. It is. We are back at Wednesday's normal time. Put up some topic ideas. I know you did that last week. You got some good ideas, and we have to look at it and pick one. Maybe we'll pick a topic or two
Yeah.
and have a discussion about it. I got ball testing on Thursday.
Wow.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we're doing
I mean, you talk about it like you're the one throwing the balls.
I am not the one throwing the balls.
I
No.
know.
Yeah. That's it.
My hand hurts.
Oh, my hand's feeling better. I can't complain. It's feeling better. So
I mean, you can't complain, but you still will.
yeah, why not? I can do that.
Yeah, why not?
That's right. I told you Monday I had a game with 10 strikes in it.
That's cool. That was a good 205 game.
It was 205, 207.
I got good count.
You got a good count on one of the balls. Nice.
All
All right. I'm out of here. Nick,
Yep.
good job again, as usual.
Thank you.
We'll look, I'll go through the. Yeah, it's not a compliment. I'll go through the comments, answer the ones I can, skip the ones I don't want to.
Excellent. All right.
See
Everybody,
you guys.
see you guys next week. Really
All right,
appreciate
take
you
care.
tuning in. See
Yep.
you again.
We do. See ya.